So, welcome back. I didn't know much about Venus, this Venus, until I decided to go to the workshop and check out this Venus. If we go down here, you'll see that I have an excerpt here from the actual workshop page. And from what this is talking about, you know, the first two paragraphs are more of the real world Venus, and then there is these last few paragraphs here. While I was out there, I didn't notice any kind of injury happening to me. Still at 100%. And when we were entering the atmosphere, I didn't notice that anything was happening to the ship. But I'm wondering if that's just because the sun wasn't directly on the ship yet. So what I want to do... Is it this one? Yes. See if I remember this correctly. Shields... show on HUD. No. Add? No. So then it must be this way. Shields. Because I'm wondering... No. What is that? Shield? Show on HUD. There we go. So, right now, the shield is stable at 20,000 units. So that's cool to know. That should pop up every time I get in the seat.
No
yes.
Fuel.
Okay, good. And my concern is when the sun finally starts hitting the ship, if the ship starts taking damage, in my present situation, I can't leave the planet's surface. And that in itself made me start thinking about some things. Because if I can make this ship move and act as if it's a lot lighter with the ion thrusters, why can't I do that with the hydrogen thrusters? And I think the reason is that I have 4 oxygen-hydrogen generators and not a single hydrogen tank, which in essence would be a capacitor that would hold and store the potential energy, the potential fuel to be used by the thrusters on demand to get their full thrust. And so I'm going to have to do some redesigning in order to put in some tanks. Luckily, I have that OCD, I think it is, mod. Or, oops, I'm sure glad that that's a light drop. As you can see right now, I'm out. Let me get away from the ship. I'm away from the ship. I mean, it doesn't have a defense shield, and I'm still not taking damage, so I don't know if the code is broken or if the sun is what's going to add to it and cause me to take damage. Now, I did get the ship turned a little bit. Get rid of this. Because I was starting to build this to build a rover, but now we have a new problem. Because if I can't get off the planet, and this planet decides, because of the atmosphere and the sun and everything, to start eating away at this ship, I'm basically screwed. And I have... excuse me. And I have... There's 8 hydrogen thrusters on here. So they should easily lift this ship up when 4 ion thrusters actually make the ship light enough to shift around. But I can't get it to climb up this hill, this incline, because of the angle, and this gear is dragging. So I need to refresh my memory on how this ship is plumbed and deal with trying to place in some modded hydrogen tanks. Because if I try to put a vanilla one on here, that's monstrous. That'd be like a third of the size of the ship. And the other thing is I guess I might as well get rid of these guys and put in the new vanilla ones. I wonder, do I have the stuff to do that right now? So let me find the ladders. Yeah, looks like I can do it. So no, I don't have this stuff. All right, let me grab some things here. Okay, hopefully I have enough to at least place them, and then they'll get finished by the whatchamacallit. So I'll let the builder repair take care of that. So what I need to do then, oops, I need to start working on this right away. I want to find all the O2 generators. I'm going to show on HUD. The comm antennas, I'm going to bring those down to 500 meters. I'll turn those on. And this way, I'll be able to tell which one's which. And these are the two that I need to, I think I can get rid of and put in the 1x2 tanks. So which one's that? Well, first off, they were labeled incorrectly, but B02, S02. So what I need to do with those is make it so they don't autofill, they're not using the conveyor system, and they're off. O2. Okay, they're empty. Okay, that's a little scary. Alright, so, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the bottles out of these two. And I'm going to have to remove these guys. Right now, it is sealed environment still. I'm going to take out all the ones that... Okay, that was a weird sound. That was really weird. So I want to drop stuff. Oh, that one's full. How about here? That one's full. Oops. How about here? That one's full. Ow. Okay. Don't worry, I'll be using up some stuff here shortly. Alright, so that is the build and repair. I want to leave that where that's at. I don't want to pull out the ones with the vents. See, now I wish that the hydrogen tanks that are here had a 90-degree connection, the one block ones. So that means, let's see here, how is this set up? Okay, so the oxygen hydrogen generators are connected to a conveyor, or to a cargo container, which connects all of this stuff in the floor. And then, of course, the end here connects to the survival kit and the cryo chamber. And then back here, they connect up to okay. So this is where the connector's at on the bottom, and the one on the top is right there, straight up. So then there are conveyor blocks to here, and then they come up, and then the conveyor blocks connect to the back of these oxygen generators, come back, and they act as the connectors for, you can see the hydrogen thrusters that are connected, and also they act as the connectors for these two vent passageways. And then back here, I wanted to simplify it and just use a whatchamacallit, elbow to go up. And I don't think there's any other reason that was and those oxygen generators actually used both their side connectors and their end connector to lock into the system. So if I take those out, not the oxygen tank. Okay, so I am going to have to do, I'm going to have to go, I'm going to have to depressurize so I don't lose any precious oxygen. Okay. Okay. Put this stuff away. So I'm hoping I have the cargo space to take that. Okay. Alright, the hydrogen tanks is a 1x2, 1x3. That's a 1x2. Let's see what the difference of these are. Oh, that's the oxygen tank. I want the hydrogen tank. Hydrogen. Okay, so I just want to make sure. There's a connector on the back, connector on the back. There's no other connectors. Alright, so that's exactly the way that has to go. Just like that. Please let me have enough space. I guess not. Okay, let's try it. Oh, jeez! What the heck am I doing? Getting confused in my own ship. Alright, cool. Alright, so hydrogen tanks are in place. And they are going to need small steel tubes and large steel tubes, which I evidently am lacking. Which means that these conveyor blocks are also going to be lacking. And we all know the way to get that stuff. Oh, actually, I may not have to mine. What if I were to production, basics assembler, disassemble. Alright, before I do that, let me see what I have on board. Oh, I know what's wrong.
Energy low.
The build and repair does not have a functioning path to replenish, and now it does. I think. Yes. Does it? Yeah, because the basic assembler is there. Then it will follow through over, up through this, goes back through here, goes up through there, through this stuff, boom, 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 and then into the build and repair. So there we go. So now I'm going to have to put these passages back in. Closed passages lighted. That's what I want. We'll have the darker gray. And I want oops. Put these guys back in. One there. One there. One there. One there. Alright, so now I can go. Ventilated passageways. Depressurize is off. And yay. And so, let's see here. This one should be P01. Both of these, conveyor system will be on. And now I'm going to let them start filling up the hydrogen tanks. So what did I call these? Lights internal passage. Okay. While that works on that, I'm going to redo the passageway things. Yeah. That feels good. I'm liking it. I'll shut those off. Let's take a look and see. Shields are still holding. Hydrogen is at 17%. Yes. Where are we ice-wise? Not bad. Well, they don't seem to have an oxygen bottle. So now it's just kind of a waiting game. Let's take a look here. Alright, so the batteries are not charging right now. They are definitely discharging. Which is fine, because I'm actually using it quite a bit. I could turn off the... Oh, I gotta name these guys too. Okay, so gyros are on, hydrogen thrusters are on, or I mean ion thrusters are on. Dampers are on, hydrogen thrusters are on. Unlocking the gear. Oh yeah. Night and day. Night and day. I just want to get to where it seems like it's level. Oh. That's the bad part about having ion thrusters as the primary control. I'm going to go forward just a little bit more. How does that feel? You know what? That feels a lot better. I like it. Let me do one more quickie here. Will that be alright? Or will that be worse? I think that'll work. And we're locked. So that is what was my main problem with my hydrogen thrusters. I didn't have any hydrogen tanks. And because the vanilla tanks for a large ship are enormous compared to this ship, I never wanted to put them in. But, hey, thankfully, there are mods. So now I'm going to let this run until it fills up the hydrogen. Check my health. Get away from the ship. My health is not going down. So I think that there's something broken in the code. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the new skin. Maybe the new skin is protecting me from the harshness of the atmosphere and the environment. But I'm glad to have gotten this where it's at. I don't have the hydrogen or that I don't have the leeway to fly around, other than making maybe a small scout vessel that will maybe run on ion thrusters. I wonder if let's see here. Control panel. Alright, so I shut that stuff off. Bum. I'm going to try something real quick that I think will tell me if there's any gravity alignment. Placement mode is activated. I wonder if this will tell me if the atmosphere will sustain atmospheric thrusters. Because if this starts rotating, then that means it will allow me to use atmospheric thrusters, right? That means it would have an atmosphere that the thrusters would thrive on. And so this is telling me that most likely not. This is like the moon. It has an atmosphere, but it doesn't have an atmosphere. Okay. So I will paint that all red so it can be picked up. I guess what I will do is I will start thinking about building a rover, or not a rover, but a like a little ion thruster powered scout craft, so that I can go around and take a look at the area without wasting my hydrogen on that ship. Of course, now that would be an interesting thing too. See what happens to this. I'm going to leave this sitting out here and see if it gets destroyed by the environment. Because if it does, then I know I'll have to put some shielding on the small craft. Alright, it's at 100%. Let it sit for a little while. Sun's cut, our broken horizon. We'll see how that works out. Up, dummy.